Ladies, gentlemen, welcome back. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Today we're gonna talk about Rattan, one of my favorite green units. Well, probably one of the best green units in the game actually at the moment because of the mastery. And I want to show you the gameplay, I want to show you how good they are and all of that. But first we're gonna take a look at the veterancy, mastery units and everything, and then I'm gonna show you some gameplay. So, Rattan Pikeman, looking pretty good. We're gonna start with the unit mastery, but before we keep going, I want to say one thing. Rattan Pikemen without full mastery are useless, so if you don't have them full mastery, I will suggest you to don't bother with them. They're really powerful as a green unit, but if they don't have full unit mastery, then they don't count. And the best thing about unit mastery is that not only you get less damage from 4-star and 5-star units, it's that your poison causes the enemy to reduce the enemy movement speed and damage. So practically, Iron Reapers attacking you, you poison them, you attack them, and you reduce their damage, which your teammates gonna kill them, because it's a very team reliant unit. It's not a 1v1 unit, which you're gonna see into the battle soon enough. Going for the veterancy, you wanna go bottom, because you wanna get this one right here, which is poison effects can now stack up to 3 times, and this is literally what you wanna take, and then you go the rest to the top. But this is the important one, okay? Always go for this one as fast as possible. Moving to the doctrines, this unit, you want it to be really tanky. You don't really want it to be extreme damage. You're not gonna have damage, okay? It's not about damage. This unit has nothing to do with damage. You're not gonna get kills. You're gonna see soon enough. It's all about taking a punch, and they can get beaten up really badly and survive a lot of damage. So this is the good part. So I would recommend you to give them as much health as possible. I got health labor 360 points. For a green unit, it's okay. Not the best, but it's okay. More health by 300. Increased health by 200 points. Blunt defense, I think this one is pretty good for them. Leadership doctrine, I know 95, it's 95 leadership, but this doctrine right here, I just put it on every single unit I have because it's just too good. And then we got increased damage dealt to units by 95. I'd say, you know, just a little bit of more damage poison to be there. So as much health as possible so they can survive the front line, because you want them into the front line. That being said, let's get into the game and show you how they perform. So we get to the first game. It didn't take me many games to make these guys work, because they solid. As a green unit, they're actually very solid. Pushing without teammate, always as a group. We get here some Iron Reapers, Imperial Guards, and it goes pretty well because all you have to do here is to poison the enemy so their damage is low, which means that your teammates gonna get all the kills. Unfortunately, you can get some kills, that's true, but you know, it doesn't work that way. You don't really have that much of a damage. Here we're pushing together. I do get some losses because you always have to put them into the front line. You see, I always try to put them into the front line to tank for my teammates, and while they're tanking, my teammates get the kills while I poison the enemy, reduce their damage, reduce their speed, and I even reduce I succeed to tank as much as possible. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But you always have to play in a full blob fights like this. You know, you always have to go with your teammates, because if you go alone, you're gonna struggle and you're gonna lose them, which is not really the best, to say that way. Okay, so try not to go alone. Try not to go alone all the time. We're pushing here. I'm waiting for my teammates all the time. I'm pinging for them to come around, because they don't work solo. Remember, they still a green units in a tier 5 era. You're not gonna do much one-on-one. Put him here, waiting for my teammates. I still have plenty of them. It's actually beautiful how tanky they can be. Wait for the trebuchet, and then when the enemy engages, we go in, or we engage. Anyway, there's a very weird charge. I send him in. I start to attack as much as possible. You can see the poison going off. The cavalry comes in, and surprisingly, because they're so tanky, we don't lose many. We literally don't lose many. We keep doing damage, we help with the hero, obviously, and we keep poisoning everyone around. Unfortunately, we lose most of them, but that's okay, because it means we did our job, we won the fight, and the enemy team is struggling. And because the enemy team is struggling, and they lose units, and you lose yours, your teammates still have their units. So you can see, we're winning a lot of fights, even though the enemy teammate tries to go in and charge. I lose only my units. Unfortunately, this is the end for them. I still use them, I send them in with a little bit to get a little bit out of value out of it until the last one. I can't. I send them in even if they 3 left, because that stack of poison is everything. So I send them in, do their job, and this game, they got their value. They definitely got their value. But this is the end of them. Moving on to the next game, we're at the end, last point. I have my Rattan right here, ready to... There is a very big charge in, tons of units, a lot of Myrmidons. Cavalry comes in, again, surprisingly, we don't lose much, we get the Myrmidons charging, and look at my units tanking, look how much they get beaten up. And they can take a punch, they can definitely take a punch. Look at the Imperial Pike Guards moving in, and we're tanking every single unit of the enemy. And by tanking it, we do lose units, because it is what it is, it's normal. However, our teammates, they get all the kills, and we're assisting them into winning this fight. It's a very big fight, we lose a bunch of green units, but if you make the difference, we lost my green units, maybe some casualties into allies, a little bit, but the enemy lost more than 5 to 6 units to purple to yellow units. So that's massive. That's really massive. You can see how badly they can tank as a unit. And again, it's a green unit, right? We have to keep calling that out, because they're not gonna provide the damage or be invincible or kill a tier 5 unit. That's not gonna happen. Here I still have a few left. Unfortunately, the end of them again. You're gonna lose them pretty quickly, but if you use them correctly and you lose them, then you get their value up, so it's not a problem. But I have a few left. I use them into battle, but I don't really get much value now, as in not many left, unfortunately. So I kinda send them in. So it was a good fight. It was a good fight. We pushed. We got the win. We got much more kills, but that's it for them. That's it for them. Next game, this one was another very big fight. The enemy is trying to push this way, and this one was actually pretty wild, because the enemy tried their best to engage on this spot, and they send in bunch of Iron Reapers, Wu Wei, and Men at Arms, and we're actually pushing it, you know. So I'm waiting for them to push in. Here the Iron Reapers, plenty of them. We send the units in. We start poisoning them. I try to keep them a little bit far away, because I don't want to die instantly, as I wait for the rest of my teammates, and I push them a little bit forward. And look at the poison ticking, which means that if it's ticking, it means that the enemy has reduced damage. And this big fight right here, see how long it takes for the enemy to push us? It's because their damage is being reduced, and it's been reduced so badly that they don't really have enough damage to shot our units. And we were like 3, maybe 4 units here, while the enemy had a bunch of Iron Reapers and Men at Arms. It's actually crazy. I push them forward, get some assists, get some kills, the poison keeps going, the poison goes even to the enemy heroes, and look how long we are holding here. And look at my units, they did succeed to hold full plenty of Iron Reapers, like 3 or 4 Iron Reapers units, and some Men at Arms, some Rattan, some Wu Wei. So we win this fight. Again, we win this fight really well. We reduce their damage. I think that poison reducing damage is just absolutely fabulous. So this is pretty much the end of them this game too, but it went really well. And again, we win a big fight, and we use them correctly. As long as you use them in the blob fights, you will always have a lot of success. So what do we think about Rattan Pikemen? They're very good units. They cost only 95 leadership, even less if you use the leadership doctrine. They're only a green unit, and you can use it in tier 4, tier 5, even though it's not about damage, as you saw. But the value that they bring to the game, it's actually insane. So me one, I would recommend this unit. It's not too difficult to play. Use it always on team fights, as you saw all the time. It's not a 1v1 unit. Don't expect to get much kills, and you're gonna be fine. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I wish you the best, and I see you in the next one.